How's it going, guys? So this week's video is just gonna be something super simple. I am just gonna give you guys my top 5 favorite horror movies. And yes, these are movies that I enjoyed. They're not necessarily rated very well. Starting off with number 5 is the older movies, and it's kind of a tie between Carrie, the original one, and Psycho. I guess Psycho isn't really a horror movie, but it is a classic kind of scary movie. So, and if you don't know what it is, you should probably check it out. And if you do, and if you have seen it, then you are great. And then the original Carrie, I mean, obviously all the original horror movies, they're really cheesy. But I think this is probably one of the few out of the older horror movies that was actually done decently. Because honestly, a lot of the original movies, you watch them now and they're very bad. Now, number 4 on my list is Insidious. I know this one is one of those movies where some people liked it and then some people really didn't. I personally thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's an interesting concept. Number 3 on my list is actually Paranormal Activity 3, and yes, it's the 3rd movie out of the whole franchise, which I think there's like 6. I've seen all of them except for the 5th one, just because I don't think it makes any sense with the rest of them. This is yet again another franchise that people are really mixed about. I have to say though that the 3rd one is definitely the best out of all of them. I think it was done the best, and it's the start of everything because they're actually not in the right order. To watch everything in the order for everything to make sense and to understand things, you have to watch like the 3rd one, 2nd one, 1st one, then 4th, 5th, and 6th. And then I know a lot of people say the 1st one's the best one, but I disagree with that because honestly the 1st one is really boring. Moving on to number 2 on my list is The Forest. This is a more recent movie that came out in January of this year. And I'm not sure how many of you guys may have seen this. I had another video on here and it's just a vlog like, is this worth seeing? And yes, it is worth seeing. I think it's actually pretty great. It's about the suicide forest in Japan. So it was a really interesting kind of venue for the film. I didn't hear very much about it because I don't think it was very well known, but I actually really enjoyed the movie. I found it, you know, to be really well done, and, you know, and I enjoyed it, and I do recommend this as a movie that people do watch. There is some jump scares, obviously, but it's not like full of them. And that's not what the whole thing is based on, because there actually is some psychological kind of horror stuff. This is one a lot of you guys should check out if you haven't already. Then number 1 on my list, I'm not sure how many people would be surprised by this, but it is The Conjuring. I actually am kind of obsessed with Ed and Lorraine Warren and like all of this paranormal investigation type stuff. And first one, I mean, it was pretty good. I'm definitely one of those people who just, you know, laughs at the stupid things and makes fun of people in horror movies. I don't really get scared. I didn't really get scared, so to say, but it was honestly, like, I even found it like kind of creepy and a little nerve-wracking. So, and it was so well done, and the story was just so crazy, and then the fact that it's based on a real thing, like all of that mixed together just kind of made for a really great movie, and especially with how it was filmed, because it was filmed very well. Those are my top 5 horror movies. Some of them I guess aren't really horror, and then I kind of had like a little extra one in there. This is totally my opinion. You guys can disagree with me. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure you like and subscribe to see more from me in the future. Find me on Twitter and Tumblr. Those are linked in the description below for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next week. Bye!